Hello everybody, today we're playing with Ghalta Primal Hunger. It's a 12 mana 12/12 Elder Dinosaur, and the spell costs X less to cast where X is the total power of creatures you control, has trample. So this is a standard brawl deck with Ghalta, is a big dinosaur with foundations. We can play it in standard brawl. So the idea with this deck in standard brawl is we want a ramp package early game. So you have a lot of 2 drops that can get. Let's just cast the more expensive creatures. Hulking Raptor has self-protection with Ward, which is pretty good. And the rest of the deck are just cheap, stat-efficient creatures. One of the big cards I really like is Lumbering World Wagon, because first it gives us land, so it makes us cast the most expensive creatures later. And later we can just crew any creature we cast, we crew it, and we get more land while we hit our opponent. Goes also around board wipes, the opponent board wipes, we have the vehicle. The other vehicle I really like is Thundercent Velocipede. Makes our more expensive creatures significantly larger, which helps paying Galta's cost. And that's the big advantage of this deck, is the opponent may try to constantly remove Ghalta, but if we have enough power on the board, Ghaltas keep costing 2. Even if he costs 12, 14 mana, and we have that and power on the board, especially with the vehicles, is not that difficult. We can play Ghalta multiple times. As for win cons in this deck, we have technically 2 with Nissa Ascended Animus that can give with the -7, gives all our forest. For each forest, we give them +1/+1 and trample. And Craterhoof Behemoth that got reprinted with Tarkir Dragonstorm, being able to give all our creatures +1/+X/X, where X is the number of creatures you control. One of the big synergies is we actually have 3 tutors for Craterhoof: Arduous Charm, Invasion of Ikoria, and Nature's Rhythm. Nature's Rhythm has very good synergy with Ghalta because with this effect. First, you can Nature Rhythm for 2 and just get nothing, or for 1 and get a 1-drop. And later, if you pay the Harmonize cost and tap Ghalta, you can tap for X, and X is going to be equal to 12. So you can pretty much get any single creature in your deck by paying just 4 and tapping your Ghalta. So as low as 6 mana, you can fetch any creature you want from the deck. And if you have 7 mana, you can get a single creature, would be an elf in this case, or evolving adaptive, and there'll be an extra body for the Craterhoof. So this is a pretty important synergy to now consider, not only for standard brawl, but for normal brawl as well, as this card is quite scary. And a general rule of thumb when playing against green, mono green, in whichever of the brawl formats, is always be aware that the opponent may have 10 mana. Why is 10 mana important? Because that is the 8 mana that costs Craterhoof and 2 more to search for it. So were you against a green player, always consider, do they have enough mana for this interaction? So I may need to keep counter spells up. I may need to start looking for ways to disrupt their hand, or finding a way to finish the game. Because if you stall against the green player too long, they may draw these cards and you will just lose the game. 13 mana is the most expensive thing you need with your other tutors, especially in normal brawl, but even with Arduous Charm with 11, you're able to search with Craterhoof Behemoth. It's very important to understand this interaction, whether you are playing this deck or against this deck. So let's see how we do with Ghalta Primal Hunger. It is a slow hand, but at least we get to play on curve. You want to wait. Thron. Get a beetle. Can't take out the Scrap Forger. Neither Felothar. I think next time we're gonna be plotting the Trailblazer. We can get the most mana. Turn 5. Now we have to plot. Next turn. They're gonna have big creatures, but next turn we can have quite a bit of mana. Gonna wait a turn. Looks like it. No box. They are in black, so they can have removal here. Okay, we have 6. I'm thinking Thrun, what else? I can also run the removal. I can run removal, take out the Knight, or take out the Scrap Forger. I could also take out King Darien, which is not bad. We would have 3 mana left. Other option is to Thrun here. Thrun lets us draw a card. I think it's more mana efficient. We would have a 2 mana Ghalta next turn. You also have to worry the solve case. So next turn I'm thinking Reclamation Sage into Ghalta. They may have mana for removal and their commander. Turn 9 thinking removal and Sage. Take out the King Darien. We're trying to race to 10, but we're pretty far away. What else can we get? We can also harmonize it. Could be a play here. What would I like? There has to be something for 5. Playing out the enchantment, yep. Off the board. I do have a decent blocker here. Interesting. I think I'll take it. I remember that slow start. Let's see if we can get there. I would like to harmonize here. We'll see. The opponent wants to trade. I would like to. I think at this point we have to take out Felothar. At this point we can outscale us very easily. So I believe we Ghalta in removal. I want to draw a card here. We need the blocker as well. Ghalta dice is fine. Get the tokens. Thinking what I am gonna go is removal here. And we deal with Felothar. Get Hunter's Talent. Deal with Felothar. Creature you control. Deal with you. I think we are pumping Thorn. Warnclex is not bad. I don't hate it. Keep making our board larger. We'll go for a specific hit. I would like to draw more. If I go for these two hits, I'm taking a lot of damage. Felothar is a 4, so we're not gonna have good hits next turn. I'm okay with this hit here. Even we attack this next turn, we can block. We would have to trade. If he goes for the gallery, we're gonna have to take a lot of damage. We may need a block, but we can answer that. What does Abzan do? Instead, put a counter on each creature. Alright. At this point, I would like one more mana, but we don't have it. What other enchantment removal we can get? We don't have many more. Problem is, will we have time for Ghalta? Do like that. I think we're gonna do that plan. We're gonna name Dinosaur. Let's get more mana. Let's ramp. 5, 6, 7. We're 2 mana off. We have a blocker. What else? We'd have 2 good blockers. If he blocks here, am I willing to double trade? Oh, he can just block with him, so it's a bad hit. If you hit, I think we need to play safe. Next turn, we may need to take out the siege. We'll see. We'll have 7, 8, 9, 9. 4. Here we go for 3. That is 7. Could maybe Crater Hoof. Maybe he goes for a crazy hit. I can just Rhythm for 2. See what he does. Here we have to think, are we dead on the return? Because I am willing to hit with Ghalta. Soften him up for next turn. He is gonna try to go for a big hit next turn. If we Crater Hoof, do we have lethal? The big problems, we have to tap for the Scrap Forger. 2, 4, no, we don't. Can get a 1. So we have one more creature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Crater Hoof. Do we go for it? I mean, let's try. Let's go for 1. I'll do the math. I don't know if we had time or not. Nature Rhythm for 1. Let's harmonize. I believe it has to be Ghalta. Fortunate. Let's go for the big hit. I don't know if it's lethal, but we force blocks here. The problem is next turn if he pumps, I think we don't have the time. And this forces blocks. Go for the giant hit here. Make him have it, right? I believe this may be more than enough. Because right now he has 27. Yep, it is. We did have to do quick mats, but we took advantage of the new card that harmonizes Nature's Rhythm. So what we did there is we Nature's Rhythm for 1 to just get a creature because we had enough mana, and we had 4 more. Harmonizes lets us pay that X if we type a creature of that cost. So Ghalta's 12, we could get pretty much any creature from our deck. So we just needed the 4. So just for 7 mana, we were able to get a Crater Hoof. And that was just enough. GG's. Okay. We have a 2-drop. They're against Teval. Arbiter of Virtue. This is the 6-6 dragon that delves. Scrap Forger. You can go World Wagon, or we can go Spinner of Souls. Or the Sentinel. Sentinel's not bad. Oh, this destroys artifacts, right? I don't think we play that anymore. It's better than Scrap Forger. Nah, you're not bad. Will we get the land? Your question is... If we play you, you can't in response destroy it, unfortunately. So you can't do what I was thinking. Yep, alright, let's play the Defiler. He is the most mana efficient. Like Sentinel, go for hits. Then he may block and in response get a land. Let's see if he does it. Or it can destroy the map. We'll see. I am thinking next turn we're gonna Blanchwork Nexus. If he doesn't destroy the Defiler. Alright, alright. Very interesting he plays that in with his commander. Get a land. He is in blue, so he may have counter magic. Alright, Ballpark Tiner's pretty good. I would like Spinner of Soul, wouldn't be bad here. We can. We're so close, but we don't have. If we play you, how much should we get? We get 9, right? A crew for. This is a 9. We'd have 2 mana. We're 1 off. So I believe we run here. We can't go for the hit. I will say. From here on out, we can put armor here. But right now, we're just gonna go on the offensive. What I'm thinking. If he hits, we can hit back. Play his commander. Most likely, we can remove him. Let's say he delves. He does have 3 mana. Yeah, he's gonna gain a lot of life. We have to deal with this dragon. Okay. Interesting you got that. Oh wait, you can't choose. He's gonna get the boots. That's what he does. Get the boots, give it... taking a lot of damage. Alright, we take it. Have to deal with this dragon here. We can. I get to punish him. Bit unfortunate, I don't get to play Ghalta here, but... yep, you're good. Be with you. Let's go for damage. So we have time. I would like Nissa. Oh man, it's his game to lose. He has so much mana to play with. Fine, he did a job. We could, of course, play Ghalta there and use the map token. Especially we hit. Could have been probably a better line there. And we could have saved the enchantment for a finisher. Problem is, he cannot race us at this point, especially as removal. I'm scared. What do we Nissa? I would like to Nissa here, but I believe we have to Ghalta. Let's play the spinner. Let's play Ghalta here. I think we're crewing, because we have to go. Make him block. You can take out the wagon, which is fine. It's a blocker I don't have to deal with anymore. And I get a creature. Great Warren Clicks is good. Okay, they have the synergy there to gain quite a bit of life. But the question with 21, is this enough? I do 7. It's going very low in life. We have to start doing math here. 12, 16. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Crater Huff mana. Is that more? That's 4, right? I guess the block here. We can Nissa or we can 3. Is it better to have an extra body? Because we can 3. We can do the same strat. I believe Nissa is better. I could be wrong. See, the opponent has a counter spell. Let's go for it. Make him have it.
Into the flesh of the multiverse. Unity brings peace to all.
I may have removal, but they need a block. Alright, GG's, we got there. We had 2 ways to get lethal. Against Liliana. This does not look like a Liliana. Good into Liliana. What are we looking for? Multiple 3 drops, I believe. This is too slow. The opponent can play around all these cards. This is gonna be a complicated matchup, especially going second. Because we need to get multiple bodies. What would be looking for? Like a 1-drop, 2-drop. 1, 2, 3 would be good. That would be the ideal. To have multiple forms. That'd be a hand I'd be looking for, but we have very few 1-drops in this deck. Otherwise, like 2 or 3 drops. Also be happy. Like 2 drops and a 3-drop. Okay, I like this hand. Be perfect if we win first, but it's okay. Start with Elf. Their way. Opponent has to now deal with it, which is pretty good for us. Got a pretty good card for it. Now the question is, they get to Liliana here. Are we okay with that? That's the big problem. I think we are. Just got a bit unfortunate, just we had the perfect start. Liliana just went first, so it is a problem. I actually like that significantly more than Liliana. Because now we can protect with the wagon. Even that play, I don't feel is worth. I would like to have... If we remove with the wagon, do I care that much? I can go for a counter here. Have the wagon. I gotta make this more. I think we keep the charm open. That's gonna be our play. They Liliana us.
I'll have this fight finished before brunch.
Fine with this. Minus.
One of your friends has to leave.
Like this one. So let's play you. Yep. I think I should play the wagon first. Yeah, my bad. Missed the ordering. We don't need camera
You won't be
souls.
outsmarted.
They'd sacrifice the bat? What is in their hand to give up for a bat? I prefer to give up a land. I prefer to deal with their Liliana. That would be good. I have to tap for 4. Which I'm fine with. Fall behind. Just get the land. Just pass. We're gonna have to discard this land. Very interesting what they have in their hand to discard for a bat. Creature, well, it's a vehicle. Interesting. I definitely want to play you. So if they get to minus, we can still protect. Like the raptor. Look at the crew. There's Liliana. We get our land.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
Does he have a board wipe? Well, we can't play it, right? Can have it. Oh, he's gonna tutor for one? Just fine. Fine. Oh, I do like to... We have 2 options. We can crew you and gas you for 3, right? We have to do the math right. How much is that? 4. I have 5, 6, 7. 4, I believe we have enough. I could be wrong. I'm looking, I don't have enough. Okay. I'll just get you here. Yeah, we didn't have enough. Keep crowing. Play Ghalta again. Give the Liliana player bad targets. What we're looking for. Okay. I'd like to play the car here, but we're in no rush. Worth it. We're doing 18. He needs to remove something. If he targets Ghalta, we can protect. I need to spend more resources. I forgot I had that land. GG's. So here we waited pretty much until last minute to make Soulstone Sanctuary a land, because A makes Ghalta cheaper, and it can help to crew the crewing cost of the World Wagon, and the value of this card. Because any creature we have that enters that can attack, we can just crew and keep going. Also, there are removal spells that can't hit artifacts, so we can play around that. And you saw the true power of Ghalta, being able to play multiple times as long as we have creatures. GG's. For the post-game wrap with Ghalta Primal Hunger, it's a pretty good dinosaur. I really liked it. Before in Standard Brawl and even in the past with Brawl, Ghalta was a pretty fun deck. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Able to play multiple times. In Brawl, he's in a pretty high queue, unfortunately, and the competition is quite fierce. In Standard Brawl, it is significantly more lax. Even the most difficult matchups are quite playable with Ghalta. And your biggest advantage is with just your board, you're able to play this commander multiple times. And there's some pretty good synergies. For example, Spinner of Souls, and the opponent destroys Ghalta, you keep getting more creatures. Other one is the plot card. You can plot with, let's see, we can find with Outcast Trailblazer. So each time you play a creature with power 4 or greater, you draw a card. So the opponent is constantly destroying your Ghalta, you keep drawing cards. It's a pretty good setup. Also important in this matchup is to have enchantment removal. We have Scratch Shooter and the Elf, Reclamation Sage. Quite useful here because we have tutors, so we can fetch for one, and we just need them for the Ugin matchup to destroy their artifacts. And finally, Thrawn is just nice in general. Very difficult to disrupt. It's a fun deck. I like this quite a bit. It doesn't the rare lands. I wouldn't say any of them are a must. They're just nice to have. So you can pretty much play mono green and use your entire wildcard budget into the creatures instead of the lands, and still perform pretty well. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment below which other commanders would you like me to see play. Thanks for watching.